Today we're going to be talking about things that you can do within the AO scan specifically for your gut-brain axis, specifically to optimize and harmonize and balance your gut and your nervous system. So what you see here is our AO scan. This is the new facelift of the AO scan. But if you ever want to access the other way that the AO scan can look, you just come up here and go to theme and you can switch it around. So you could go back to the old version. I really like the new one, so I'm just going to go back to the new version. Okay, so the first thing I want to show you is doing a custom comprehensive scan specifically for your gut brain, your nervous system and your gut. So we're going to click on comprehensive and we're going to go to custom and deselect all. And then we're going to kind of go through all of the different things we have here as options of things to click on to scan and optimize. And you can, of course, adjust this as you would like. But today, what I want to show you is just how to really hone in on your gut brain. So I want to do our lymphatic body. I want to do the nerves of our brain and our head and our lower body and upper body. I want to do a bunch of specific organs. So let's see. I want to do the stomach, the small intestine, reproductive, rectum, pancreas, mitochondria, liver, large intestine, and I'm kind of going outside of the digestive system here. Maybe we'll skip the kidneys. Human cell, digestive. Okay. If you were to do everything, it's a very long scan, so you'll be sitting here while it scans everything for a long time and then optimizing. And what we kind of want to do right now is just get really specific with some things that are going to be in that connection of our gut and our brain and our nervous system. So we're doing the nerves and some specific things while leaving the rest of these alone for now, because we want to do a very quick scan, because you're going to see what we're going to do. So once you've selected the things you want to select, like brain and our gut organs, we're going to click scan and go ahead and let that see. I'm on a Jane Doe account right now, but of course you would have your name at the top. You would select your profile, and we're going to let this scan to see every single thing that we selected. Out of all of that, how is it looking energetically? What's the frequency of all of those different areas? And while we let that go, we just sit back and relax, and that's going to be going straight to our body or whoever we selected. So let's say you're doing this for a client, or you're doing this for a friend or a family member. So long as you have the person selected at the top, so long as you have their name, and that's who you've got, that's who this is going to be scanning, whether they're on the other side of the world, sitting right next to you, in the other part of the house. Like, it doesn't matter. They don't have to be hearing this. They don't have to be in the same room. They don't have to be specifically doing the scan. It's going to go to them, which is so incredible. Now that we have all of this scanned, it's not like the easy scan or the body system scan where it's going to be scanning and optimizing you in the same exact scan. So you have to come down here and click optimize. Whenever you see the brain, that means it's optimizing you. So now that it found everything out of balance, out of the specifics we selected, it's going in and going to your body and saying, here's harmonizing, balancing, optimizing frequencies, so that we can start to, stuff's really out of balance, we can start bringing it back to homeostasis, which is incredible. So a little testimony, back when I was pregnant, my husband and I went camping. We love camping. And I somehow, you know how when you have a campsite and you have all those little tiny stumps that are kind of like making sure you don't drive into the campsite, kind of blocking you to protect the people camping. Well, of course, I think this happens to everyone. I tripped over one and landed really, really hard on my knee. It's actually kind of funny because my husband told me from watching where he was, it was like pitch black, but I had a little bit of a light and there was fire. From where the stump was to the back of the car and the tent, I somehow tripped, bounced off the car into the tent, grabbed the tent, bounced into the car again, and like rolled down. Praise the Lord, my stomach didn't hit the floor. My baby was okay. You know, my belly wasn't that big at this point. I think I was only maybe 5 months pregnant, but I hurt my knee really bad, and literally as I fell, I thought I broke my knee. It was really bad. And I didn't have internet, so I wasn't able to do the scan right away. What I did have was my red light wristband, so I, of course, used the 660 band. But once we drove down the mountain the next day, thankfully it didn't break or anything, but it was very swollen and red and cut, and it was bad. And it was hard to walk and swollen. But once I was able to start doing this exact thing that I just showed you, except that I selected my everything to do with my knee. So like I selected my muscles on the leg, on like the right leg, and then I selected, you know, right knee up here for connective tissue. I selected, you know, everything that had to do with that leg and that knee. And I'm going to show you exactly what I did. I scanned one time, and then every 10 to 30 minutes for the rest of the day, or however long until I started feeling better, I optimized. Now you'll see if you try to click it too soon, it won't let you optimize. But if I wait a certain amount of time, I'm going to be able to come in here and actually optimize over and over and over and over. And what that's doing is taking, you can see whoever you have here, you're going to have all their information here, and then you're going to get to see all of these numbers. I don't want you to really worry a whole lot about the numbers, but I'll give you a brief explanation. Basically, red is not great. We want things to be as close to green as possible, so the closer we can get to a green 5 is the best. But whether you look at the reports or not, you can see here that all of this was addressed. So in this instance, we're talking about our gut and our brain. So we're looking, our brain got optimized. All the nerves up here got optimized. The nerves down here got optimized. Let's see if we can find, where's the vagus nerve? You might find it faster than me. There, vagus nerve, left vagus nerve. On this account, it was in the red. It got closer to green. It got improved. We focused on, look at all this, the spleen, the stomach, the pancreas, the whole digestive system, the human cell, large intestine, liver, mitochondria. Okay, and something cool is you can click right here if you want to see a picture of it in the body. It's going to help you just give a great overlook at, look at our incredible body. There's so much complex stuff going on. And this is a great, okay, here's a great visual. Changing the topic again, I'm so sorry. If you have the new red light mask, red, blue, green light mask, AO mask from Solex, it's on back order right now, but the sooner you order, you'll be first on the wait list if you're watching this in May 2025. Okay. When you put the red light mask, what I've been doing is putting one panel right here and one panel right here. That 1064 nanometer of near infrared light that we have in the mask, that I could not find any other masks available on the market that have that acts like a tunneling system into the body, so the red light can penetrate, I think it's 6 centimeters. So then you've got 6 centimeters in right here. So you're getting all these nerves, getting your spine, spinal fluid, lymph, getting all these organs, the lymph. Oh my gosh, it's been amazing. And I think it's actually been making me detox a little bit. So that's off topic, but what I'm showing you is how you get to optimize all of this in your body with this one really quick scan that only took me a couple minutes. from your reproductive, and really I wanted to just focus on the digestion and the nerves. This way you could start doing that for your gut brain glow up. This is something you can do every day if you want. And then let's say the 10 minutes goes by. Let me get back to our comprehensive. The 10 minutes goes by, you go back to custom scan. Don't scan again. Don't touch all of this again. Just click optimize again. And it's going to go in and optimize the exact same things that were in your report. Okay, back to reading this. Everything on the right is what we scanned for. When we scanned, this is where the energetic signatures were. After the optimizing frequencies, that's what's on the left. So it went from a 5 to a 3, a 5 to a 7, a 4 to a 2, a 4 to a 3, a 1 to a 3. Get the picture? Now, you might say, but Caitlin, we're supposed to have it closer to a green 5. Does that mean I got worse? No, that does not mean you got worse. That actually means this area right here. I'm looking at the anterior superficial cervical lymph nodes. That's just showing you, hey, it's like a concept based on Chinese medicine. This area had more than enough great energy. It's lending it out temporarily. So the other thing to look at right here is percent from ideal. Only 34% from ideal. That's not terrible. If you were up at like the 60, 70, 80, 90 would be a pretty big indicator you've got something to look at. You probably want to make sure you're really supporting that area of your body. None of this is concerning to me though. If this were a real person, if this were me, I would not feel concerned even with the reds, because after the 10, 20, 30 minutes have gone by and I go back to re-optimize, I'm going to see all these numbers change. So back to my knee story, when my knee was hurting and I was doing this and I kept optimizing over and over and over, my knee felt better. The swelling went down, the pain went away, I could move it, everything started getting better, so much so that when I finally did a video of my knee with my Cepheid dots, my knee pretty much looked perfectly fine. So this is something you want to remember to do for anything. If you have a shoulder injury, if you have something going on with a specific area of any part of your body, come in and optimize over and over and over. Broken bone. This does not cure, treat, prevent, diagnose, or any of that, but it's going to bring balance and it's going to help you. So that's the thing I wanted to show you today that you can start to do for your gut brain, improve your gut brain function, your gut brain access. Use the comprehensive in that way. Again, you go down to comprehensive, select custom, deselect, choose everything that you want for, specifically now we're talking about your gut and your brain. So we want brain, nerves, and all those organs. Then you're going to scan. And then when it's done scanning, after you see the picture of the body, then you're going to optimize. And again, you'll have to wait in between your optimizations, but you can do that multiple times a day, and it's going to be, I think, incredible. So that's what I have for you today. Go ahead and try this. Especially if you're in the gut brain glow up, be sure you're doing this on a regular basis. Add this into your daily rituals. And here's a little thing, if you ever decided to go through Solex University, the paid ones, you eventually can open up the database, which let me just give you a sneak peek of how cool that is. It will scan you to show you, so right now we have what's causing problems in the lymphatic body of this female. Again, this is a Jane Doe account. This isn't anyone I know right now. But look, it will show you what is causing imbalance in that specific area. So we've got the lymphatic, everything you selected in that scan. So let's say digestive. Okay. And it'll go back up to 5 years, so you can actually see, is it a high cause? How long ago was the exposure? Sciatica, blood flow, it goes into chemicals, emotions. So then you would know, hey, I want to go into inner voice. But when you go through the paid Solex trainings in Solex University, you just log into your Solex University. It's actually going to explain all of this to you so you know how to interpret this. And that is why you don't have this unlocked immediately when you get your AO scan, because you need training on how to understand that, and it can just be too much. Okay, thanks guys for watching. I hope this was helpful. Please let me know in the comments if you are trying this and what you feel. If you try this for something else like an injury or something that's really been bothering you, I'd love to hear too. And stay tuned, we'll keep doing more videos like this. Okay, bye.